What is going on, beautiful people? It's your boy here, Wesley from A Connection TV here on YouTube, the one place on the World Wide Web where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. And welcome to my channel. I am here to talk about Big Brother. I can't believe I'm actually doing a video right after I saw the episode. Well, I saw it last night, then I went to bed, and now I'm up. And so, yeah, let's talk about it, right? Let me go to my notes real quick. So, I want to address one of the comments on my last video that I just uploaded, like, what, yesterday? Yeah. Let's see. Oh, why is it saying, okay, wait, hold on. Give me 1 second, I'm looking at the computer. I kind of went in on this episode. Noah's revelations. Yeah, talking about that if I could lay off of Taylor. I'm not even laying on Taylor to have to lay off of her. All I was simply saying was that I want her to start winning so that she could actually have some sort of control. Because at that particular time when I did my review, she was operating in a sense of not realizing what was going on around her. And if she has to ride on the coats of these women to get to the end, I don't know how long it's going to last. Then again, who knows? Because now it's getting interesting, right? It's becoming a bit catty and interesting because people are starting to see Alyssa spiral out of control. And people like Indy are looking at her like, girl, what's your problem? Like, move on. Like, he's not even yours. Like, I understand that you like Kyle, but who cares? And then you have other people like Jasmine who are like, oh, no, she didn't. So it's just really, really interesting how these women are operating and acting based on the limited resources that they have in this house. And so going forward, I wonder if Taylor is going to be super successful dealing with the women, or is she going to be more successful dealing with the men? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, let's go through this episode. So the editors are really, 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 really funny with regards to Jasmine and this squeaky noise that they have as she's rolling her bike through the thing. I just think that that's hilarious because, like, squeak, squeak, squeak every time she comes through, squeak, squeak, squeak. That's funny because I don't really care for her that much. So the fact that they're making fun of her I don't want to say handicap, but of her issue, I think it's funny because she's not a nice person on this show. Taylor thinks she is so good as the pawn on the block. It's annoying me because she is, well, in the episode, she goes through feeling so confident, then feeling nervous as she talks to us through the camera. Like she's nervous and she doesn't want to get played by the women because it is possible for her to be getting played by these women. But in that sense, I'm like, don't be too overly confident to where you just think the absolute positive thing is always going to happen. And she's kind of like I said, she's going back and forth, but I don't know. In the beginning of this episode, she's like, yeah, I knew that I was going to be a pawn and we're going to get Pooch out. Like that was originally the plan. And that wasn't originally the plan until Ameerah made it the plan. And it's like, it seems like Taylor is thinking that she's the reason why. And I'm like, no, you're not. Alyssa spilled her guts to Ameerah. Ameerah was like, let's get Pooch out the house. All the women are following suit with Ameerah. That's the only reason why this is going the way that it's going. Also, Pooch offered himself up. So it's like if Pooch would have never offered himself up, then Taylor would have been going home, period. Pooch and Taylor hug, you know, they're supposed to act like they don't know what's going on, or, you know, they're oblivious to the potential of what's supposed to be happening. You know, Pooch think he has it all in the bag. Taylor thinks she has it all in the bag. Unbeknownst to them, it's all up to Jasmine and the house. So both of them have to be like on their P's and Q's for the duration of the until the live eviction, and they just have to play kiss ass. I don't know how I would get through this week. I don't know. All the girls chat in the room and they agree. They all say that Pooch is the one to get out. Jasmine asks if she was mean to Taylor. Pooch is like, no, you were good. Mean to Taylor in the sense of her like speech. And I was like, you're just being you. Right. Amira promises Taylor they aren't lying to her. Taylor talks to the camera. Taylor says she is nervous and she will be devastated if the girls let her down. I don't know. I understand why you would be devastated, but you've had a rough week. So these people, I don't know. I guess that's the complication with the Big Brother. It's like, okay, yeah, you had like this falling out or whatever, but then you have heart-to-hearts. You speak to these people and then they say they got your back. And then you never know if they have your back, because look at what they're doing to Pooch. So what they're doing to Pooch, they could potentially do, or will end up doing maybe, to Taylor. You just never know. Kyle and Michael are putting in their contacts and they can't figure it out until Michael beats him. Michael is beating everybody in competitions and I love it. I used to have contacts until I got my LASIK done. And but contacts are easy to put in. You just have it on the finger. You go like this. I go up so that it drops down, put it on, and then just wiggle my eye around and it's on. They were doing it like this. Like gravity brings the contact down. So you want to go over your eye so the contact drops on your eye. If you're doing it like this, the contact is always just going to drop. Anyways, the support that I would have offered those people, I just don't know. Anyways, Joseph tells Pooch he is watching the house. The guys from the Oasis without Michael. Joseph says, come here. Joseph tells Pooch he is watching the house. Okay. Let's see. Taylor and Pooch. Joseph. Okay. So that, okay. I'm like looking at my notes. I'm like, what? So Joseph tells Pooch to come here with your bulge. That's confusing to me. The reason why it's confusing to me is because later on in the episode, Joseph is like, well, later on on the feeds, Joseph is like, hey, I think you should stop touching me like that. I don't want people to think da 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 da. Whatever. They have that conversation eventually, but before that, there's a lead on, and the lead on is Joseph telling Pooch to come here with that bulge. Why would you do that if you were straight? Why would you play with a guy like that? And then Pooch comes over and hugs him and grips his muscles and nestles into him. And then there's this montage of Joseph and Pooch walking around the house talking about, you ever play nipple tag? You know. And I think the funniest thing that I've ever seen on Big Brother, the funniest thing that I've ever seen on live TV, honestly, is the two guys asserting themselves. Pooch, you know, they're talking into the camera and they're talking some crap. I can't really understand what they were saying into the camera, but they're joshing about, you know, the way that they play with each other or whatever. And, you know, Joseph goes to grab Pooch and touch Pooch, and Pooch is like, hey, get off me. I don't like that. You can't do that to me. I can do that to you. And Joseph was like, what? So you get to touch on me, but I can't touch on you? He was like, yeah, like, what do you mean? Like, that's not my thing. I'm not submissive. I was like, what? Are you freaking serious? And Joseph was like, Joseph gasped and he was like, I'm not submissive either. And they both laughed about it. I thought that was like the cutest and like funniest thing ever to me. And so there's this montage of them running through the house or chasing each other through the house and, you know, cuddling in bed and all of this extraness, right? I don't know. Listen, if I had the opportunity to rub on Joseph, I would. But I just wouldn't be rubbing on his. Anyways, he has a fat butt. Joseph has a. Anyways, I'm gonna leave that alone. It's not my business. Andy says, did you just touch him? Pooch says, you can't touch me. Joseph says, but you can touch me. Okay, I talked about that. Child, this squeaky noise with this bike, I talked about that. She squeak, squeak, squeak through the house. Taylor says she wants Michael to win veto and take her off. I don't know why Michael would do that week 2. Doesn't make sense. There's way too many players still left in the game. Why would we save someone? Not unless we say that y'all committed to a top 2, but that wouldn't make any sense for him to do week 2. Just wouldn't make any sense. This fake country accent that Jasmine has is a mess. Still tired. Jasmine has this like, hey y'all, like what are we? Alrighty then, like accent, and all of her like, when she's talking and she has to make an announcement or like in her post confessionals. But then when she's like chilling with the girls, like when she said, I ain't gonna hold you, I was like, wait, what? I'm like, girl, where are you from? Where are you from? Are you from the South or are you from up north? I ain't gonna hold you? What? What are you talking about? I ain't gonna, girl, like the mismatch is just, is a lot for me. I can't handle it. I like the fact that Michael is honest with Taylor about not taking her down. Like he's wrestling with the idea, but it just doesn't make sense for his game to disrupt the HOH's knobs week 2. It just doesn't make sense. Terrence gets a pearl in before Pooch. The edit on Terrence was hilarious. So we're at the veto competition. I think this mermaid situation is interesting. You definitely need a lot of upper strength, but upper strength and hand coordination, eye coordination, face coordination, whatever you're using to hit the pearl in coordination. Like, I don't know. Michael played it smart. Like, he was taking got to the thing, and he sat there and he hit it in. Like, yeah, I don't know, adrenaline, you know. Pooch couldn't get nothing in. Well, he got 1 in and had like 3 laying on the rack. But Terrence going back and forth just looked like a seal. It was so funny to me. And he was gassing out, but he got it in before Pooch. And that was very interesting. Like if Terrence would have won, that would have been amazing for him and old men all over the world, or older men all over the world, because he's not even old. Like, what is he, 48? Yeah, because Nicole's 41. He's not, or 46. I don't know what he's not old. Like, if he was in his 60s, I would say old. But, whatever. Terrence did all right, but it was still hilarious to look at. Taylor gets 2 pearls in. Taylor asks Michael to let her take the shot, and he lets her. I'm like, Michael is cool. Michael is cool. Michael sees the fight in her, you know? So Michael got brownie points for that. But of course, not of course, but Taylor doesn't hit the shot because she's not focused. She's like, oh, give it to me, let me get it. Ha. She's too extra. And she should have like braided up her hair and put it in like a bun or something. The hair was all over the place. It was messing up her thing. Then she had the crown dangling. I'm like, calm down for a second. Gather yourself. Collect yourself. Fix that hair. The hell? Put that in a scrunchie. Braid it up on the back. Or just loop it up, put it in a bun, keep it there. It's all like over the place. How are you hitting a ball straight with all that? Like, what a girl. Calm down and focus, Taylor. But she doesn't hit it. Taylor and Pooch, Michael gets it, he wins veto. I like Mike, it's all good. Taylor and Pooch talk about the veto thing. They're trying to make each other feel like they are safe. Joseph figures out what the girls are doing. Joseph says to get Michael on your side, Pooch. And Pooch says, I got this, you're dumb. What are you talking about? I'm fine. I'm not gonna just all of a sudden go talking to Michael. Things are gonna look funny. Nope, I'm not doing it. You're an idiot. What? When Pooch sees this episode, he's gonna feel like a complete Dumbo. Like, as soon as he goes out of the house, if he goes out of the house, because Alyssa might sway Jasmine to kick Taylor out, whatever, because she's feeling for Kyle, whatever. He's gonna feel stupid because Joseph clearly figured it out. I don't know how, but okay, so that brings me back to my other video, right? The power of discernment. The fact that Joseph, not hearing anything, not hearing the plans, knew the freaking plan and said, hey, I'm pretty sure this is probably what's going on. And if it is, you need to be careful because you did offer yourself up. So why wouldn't they take the shot? Okay? And then Pooch is like, if they did that, that would be the dumbest shit in the world. And as Big Booty Joseph is walking out, he's like, no, that wouldn't. That'd be one of the best moves ever, at least for this season. And he just walks out the house. If Joseph was able to figure all of that out, why couldn't Taylor, or why hasn't Taylor figured any of this out? Like I said in my last video, she could have gathered 1 or 2 people together, but she hadn't figured nothing out. And Joseph, not hearing any details of the plan, figures it all out because it just makes sense. I don't know. Joseph got brownie points for that one because that just came out of his fat ass. And I'm like, what's going on here? No, like, nobody else has the ability to... Anyways, Nicole talks about her mom and her condition. Why are their feet black? So, Joseph and... what's the boy name that don't take showers? Turner have black feet. What's going on here? Why are we walking around with black feet? I don't understand. What's going on? I don't understand it. It's not cute. Like, that downgrades Joseph's overall aesthetic and appeal physically. Black feet. I don't get it. Are my feet black? Let me, I'll show y'all. I can't even lift my leg all the way up that high. Never mind. Never mind, I can't even lift my leg up. Michael tells Jasmine a good idea, and it is a great move. Michael. Now this is Big Brother to me. In the last 2 weeks, 3 people proved why I liked Big Brother. That was Amira, because Amira is all the way. Amira heard Alyssa's gift of the gab and said, you know what? Let's get Pooch out. And so now the house is okay with getting Pooch out. Amira is a Big Brother player. Okay? Number 2 player, Joseph, week 2, figuring out a blindside plan that's actually in action with no verbal details leading him to feel like this is actually going on. He just knows how Big Brother is, and so he figures it out. That's a Big Brother player. I'll even add Paloma to that. Even though she was a destructive, chaotic, hateful player, she played the hell out of Big Brother before leaving that house. Had everyone sobbing like they knew her for 80 years. And had the whole house wrapped around her finger in getting someone out of the house. Paloma was a Big Brother player. And then the last, but not least, Big Brother player so far out of this cast is Michael. Why? Because he's winning vetoes, showing that he's a comp beast, week 2, and he devises and verbalizes a potential plan that would have been amazing. It would have been amazing. Right now, they have, like, well, no, they don't have, well, they lost Paloma, so they lost 1 girl. But I feel like the girls have a strong hold overall over the house. And so Michael offering up the backdoor plan, it played in 2 folds, right? It allowed him to solidify the fact that he can be a trustworthy person to the HOH. It offers up an opportunity for him to help someone that he genuinely wants to help without making it seem like he just wants to take Taylor off. Like, Michael is good. He is good. Even in his live feeds, like, he's just on the fence, listening to, and he is dangerous. And now the guys are like wanting to get him out of the house. But like, he is like playing the fence, making sure he's there, you know. Michael is really, really good. That plan to offer Joseph up was dope. And then Jasmine's like, yeah, you know what? That's a great idea. But it wouldn't have made sense. It's week 2. It's like, you want to do a move like that week 7, week 6. Like, you know, not week 2. I don't know, but that was amazing. This episode was pretty good, even though, again, they're not showing us everything on the live feeds. But, you know, what's happening with Taylor and Kyle, I hope is genuine, at least on Kyle's part. Not the whatever, the flirting and the hugging because Taylor wants to hug or whatever. I genuinely hope that Taylor is not trying to ruffle feathers and make Alyssa jealous, even though if Taylor, even if that's not Taylor's intentions, it's already too late because Alyssa is running around here like a woman scorned, and Kyle is trying his damnedest not to even lead Alyssa on. Like, Kyle is paying her dust, paying her ultimate dust, doesn't even want to showmance. Doesn't even want to kiss her. But he says on record that he doesn't even know if he can do this for 90, 60, 90 days. You know? He's not really seeing it for Alyssa like that. And Alyssa's like, oh my God, she's a whatever. I'm going to get Taylor. Like, what's going on? I don't know. I just hope that Taylor is here for another week. That's it. Leave your comments below. Let me know how you feel about my review. Let me know how you feel about the house guest. Again, who are your top 3 right now? My top 3 are Michael. I just want Taylor to win, honestly. And based off of pure game and how they're playing, Ameerah, even though she's like a villain, she's a nasty person, but her game is evident. Michael's game is evident. Joseph, if he continues the way that he is, with his gift of discernment, evident. Like, no one else can figure stuff out like the 3 of them can. Not Monty, not Taylor, not Nicole. Like, none of them have. It's just really, really good gaming, and that's why I like Big Brother. Talk to you guys later. Boosie, Boosie, Boosie.